All the glory, all the honor, all the praise, all the respect go to the only one that deserved it, the Holy One of Israel, the Mighty YAH. Praise Yah. Proverbs 21. 21. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And that's one thing about those, lawyers and judges that really think they railroading me. The Almighty is the real judge. You're nothing. He turns your heart whithersoever he wants you to, and you're not even the king. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the heart. So what does that mean? You can be sinning, but is it a presumptuous sin, or is it a sin of ignorance? Because you think you're right, you might be wrong, but you think you're right. So he ponders the heart, because you might think you're right. And if it's a sin of ignorance, it's a lot better than it being a sin of presumptuous meaning you did it on purpose. But yeah, Yahweh ponders the heart on what the things that you do. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to Yahweh than sacrifice. This is one thing our Christian brothers and sisters need to realize. To do justice and judgment is better than believing you had a sacrifice. To do the Almighty's judgments, laws, and commandments is better than you just believing you have a sacrifice. All right? A high look and a proud heart and the plowing of the wicked is sin. A high look. How do you have a high look? A proud look. And a proud heart. And the plowing of the wicked is sin. So we know people who look haughty and arrogant. They all that. A proud look. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of everyone that is hasty, only to want. Getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity tossed to and fro of them that seek death. So you're lying to get money or treasures. You lying to get that money? You're seeking death. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. Let me read that again. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse to do judgment. They refuse to do justice. They refuse to do the Almighty's commandments. They're gonna die. I'm gonna eat it. I don't get. My grandmother lived till she was 137, and still ate all these abominations. I can do that. But the robbery of the wicked shall destroy them. That means that these people robbing people. They refuse not to steal, which is one of the 10 Commandments. The way of a man is forward and strange, but as for the pure, his work is right. Verse 9. It is better to dwell in a corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. What does that talk about these women being brawling women? What's a brawling woman? Is it a woman that really likes to brawl? Can't control herself? Always wanted to. Brawling is fighting. By definition, she's trying to throw hands. But we can say that's contention or arguments. We can say that's argument, but it's better to dwell in a corner of a housetop than with a brawling, a contentious woman. So we're gonna say contentious. We ain't gonna say we put hands on each other. But even so, a contentious woman in a wide house. Let me read that again. It's better to dwell in a corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. But no, people hate correction. But who wants a brawling woman? Confrontational, looking to argue, looking to be contentious. Who wants that? The soul of the wicked desires evil. His neighbor find no favor in his eyes. When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise. And when the wise is instructed, he receives knowledge. Mm. So when a fool is punished, other fools are made wise when they see it. Mm. When a scorner is punished, the simple is made wise. And when the wise is instructed, he receives knowledge. Yes, that makes sense. The righteous man wisely considers the house of the wicked, but Elohim overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness. Oh, yeah. Whoso stoppeth his ear at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. So you stop your ear at the cry of the poor. So you know this person is in need, and you have it. But you stop your ear at the cry of the poor. You know, we got a lot of people just making it a business to do it, but you know, you should give to the poor if you can. You know. A gift in secret pacifieth anger, and a reward in the bosom, strong wrath. What does that mean? Okay, maybe if you're angry, if someone's angry with you, your mate, whoever's angry with you. A gift in secret pacifieth anger. You get that to them by themselves. Okay. Now that last half, let me keep reading. It is a joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. It's a joy to the just to do the Almighty's commandments. It's joy not to hold a grudge. It's joy to love your brothers and sisters. It's joy to the just to do judgment, verse 15. But destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. When it talks about the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding, understanding is to depart from evil. So when a man wanders out from departing from evil, that means he's doing evil. And he shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Verse 17. He that loves pleasure shall be a poor man. And he that loves wine and oil shall not be rich. Do we have people that love pleasure, that can't help but always have to be pleasured? Pleasure themselves? Pleasure? Do we have people who love pleasure? And wine. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. Now here go verse 19 is a good one again. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. It is better to go into the wilderness than be with and contentious. You gotta look up that word, contentious, argumentative. It's better to be in a wilderness somewhere than be with a woman that like to argue. How many of those we got? Look up contentious. Verse 20. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. He that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness, and honor. A wise man scaleth the city of the mighty, and cast down the strength of the confidence thereof. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. So your tongue is really what gets you in trouble. So if you keep your tongue, you don't have to tell other people's business. That's one thing about a talebearer too. But it maybe talking about a liar. Talk about many different ways where you can misuse your tongue and get in trouble. What does it say again? Verse 23, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Okay. Proud and haughty scorner is his name, who dealeth in proud wrath. So proud and haughty scorner is his name, who acts in arrogant pride. Arrogant. And we got people like that. They don't know what it is. It's cool. Let them be arrogant. I mean, you got to tell them not to, but you warn them. You need to humble. Let them be arrogant. That's they acting a fool. They're being a fool, being arrogant. Oh, I'm better than you. All right. The desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor. The desire of the lazy kill him, for his hands refuse to do any labor. So he desires, but he don't get up and do nothing. Verse 26, he coveteth greedily all the day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not. Ooh. So it's one that's coveted, is greedy all day. He don't want to get nothing to nobody. But the righteous give and spare not. So we got one person who's stingy. At verse 26, he coveteth greedily. He greedy and stingy all day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not. Verse 27, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind? That's what we got with this character that most of them worshiping. That's the sacrifice of the wicked. It's an abomination. And how much more when he bring it with a wicked mind? Because the mind, once you have that wicked abomination sacrifice, you got a wicked mind. Why? Why? Because now you're making excuses why you can break the commandments. And that's wicked, to break the commandments of the Almighty. Verse 28, a false witness shall perish, but the man that heareth speaketh constantly. Don't worry about somebody lying on you. Don't worry about somebody being a false witness and just saying stuff. Don't worry too much. You do want to correct them, but remember, a false witness shall perish. Verse 29, a wicked man hardeneth his face, but as for the upright, he directeth his way. Verse 30, there is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh, and there isn't. There isn't. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of Yahweh. And with that, I'll end it. We want to give, once again, giving all praises, all glory, all honor to the only one that deserves it, the Holy One of Israel, the one who made every man. We're not giving honor to his son, daughter, or nephew, because Yahweh is one. Peace, family.